Module 6 SQL Injection Attack. A SQL injection attack consists of insertion or ingestion of an SQL query via the input data from the client to the application. So, in the input data, some kind of external query is inserted. Like we saw in buffer overflow attack as well, that some kind of arbitrary code was inserted into the program, normal programmer. Likewise, over here also some kind of SQL query is inserted in the normal query. A successful SQL injection exploit can read sensitive data from the database, modify the database data, that is insert, update, delete, execute administration operations on the database such as shut down the DBMS, recover the content of a given file present on the DBMS file system, and in some cases issue commands to the operating system. SQL injection attack are a type of injection attack in which the SQL commands are injected into the data plane input in order to affect the execution of predetermined SQL commands. So examples of SQL injection attack. Retrieving the hidden data, where you can modify a SQL query to return additional results. Subverting application logic, where you can change a query to interfere with the application's logic. So the query is changed in such a way that it will interfere with the actual application logic. Union attacks, we know that there is a union is used in your SQL statements. We use the union function where you can retrieve data from different database tables. Blind SQL injection, where the results of the query you control are not returned in the application responses. So this is the query which is inserted. Now for SQL injection based on 1 equal to 1 is always true. Now how is this SQL injection attack carried on? For 1 equal to 1 always true, we'll see that. What is happening? If there is nothing to prevent a user from entering a wrong input, the user can enter some smart input like 105 or 1 equal to 1. Then the SQL statement will look like this. So if there is no statement, like for example, there should be a pop-up that there is an error in your user ID. If there is no pop-up like this, then what will happen? There can be a smart move played by the attacker, and the attacker will write 1 equal to 1. When there is no statement for a wrong input, 1 equal to 1 is always true, is the common sense. As there is no SQL query for a wrong input, what he will put? He will put 1 equal to 1. That means it is true. So select from user where user ID is equal to 105 or 1 equal to 1. The SQL above is valid and will return all rows from the user's table since 1 equal to 1 is always true.